Live from the Peters Media Center on the campus of Oakwood University, it's the United Student Movement Election Show. Good evening and welcome to this special presentation of Oakwood Votes. In just a little while, we're going to share the election results. But first, we want to let you know that this program is brought to you by the Broadcast Journalism Program, the Department of Communication, the United Student Movement, and for the first time, Oakwood University's chapter of the National Association of Black Journalists.
Today, Oakwood students voted for the upcoming executive cabinet for USM. Before we get started, I just want to announce this is our 1-year anniversary of Oakwood Votes. I am your host, Jemina Luce Ferdinand.
And I'm Nate Taylor. The polls are now closed, and as we speak, the USM parliamentarians are working to retrieve the results.
We will let you know when those are ready. In the meantime, let's take a look at the candidates for position in the 68th cabinet of the United Student Movement. Started with athletic vice president, we have Ryan Samuel.
Running for religious vice president are Gabriel Morency and David Holmes.
Running for social vice president is Juan Arbales.
For the academic vice president candidate, we have Lanoya Abbott.
For the parliamentarian position, we have Eliana Jarvis.
For executive vice president, Julius Mitchell.
And lastly, running for USM president, we have Sabrina Collins and Madison Minisi.
I tell you, Jamina, I can imagine it takes a lot of courage and tenacity to have a role in a USM office position.
And I can testify of that because I am actually serving as a USM Senator for Diversity and Inclusion. And I can right now just feel their stress and their excitement, but it is really a good position.
Well, it might have been a lot of stress, but I bet you had a lot of fun throughout the year. And when you graduate, you're going to have a lot of memories to remember.
Of course, of course. And we got the chance to talk with some former USM officers who shared their experience and favorite memories while in USM. Let's take a look.
Hello everyone, my name is Bernice, and in the years 2021 to 2022, I served as Special Events Coordinator for the United Student Movement, and the way it impacted me was that it made a positive impact on my journey at Oakwood. I was able to put together great events for people to connect and have fun together, and it helped me with my time management and priorities, being able to have a position of leadership and, helping people with their concerns with the school really gives you a sense of purpose and togetherness. So I think it really helped me to better my journey at Oakwood.
What's up, everybody? My name is Christian Dunson, and from the year 2020 through 2021, I was USM's religious vice president. 2 ways that USM impacted my life was allowing me to have a really good relationship with my peers and also helping me understand what my gifts were while I was fulfilling my leadership role.
Hey guys, I'm Dana Wallace, and I served as the Executive Vice President for the 2020-2021 school year. So being in USM affirms my love for advocacy and servant leadership, and I was able to sharpen skills, both personal and leadership skills, that I use even still today. The best part about being in USM was the fact that the persons I served with became family and friends for life. So good luck to everyone today. We are all rooting for you guys.
That is some good stuff right there. I'm starting to wish myself that I was in USM, to be honest.
Always next year, Nate. And sitting with me, the current Chief Justice, Jonathan Gunthrop. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Jamina.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, no complaints.
Thank you so much for being there today. So, how was your year as a USM officer?
Well, being that I am the Chief Justice, having to sit in on the disciplinary meetings with the 3 deans and my fellow justices, it's stressful, but, someone has to do it. But overall, the less meetings we have throughout the year, the better. That means our kids are staying out of trouble and our campus is doing well.
All right. And When you think about your experience as a USM officer, what are the areas in the past year where you just felt USM succeeded the most?
Well, overall, I want to give a big shout out to our president, Michael Hall, to our social vice, Mark. I think one area which USM really excelled with is our events compared to the past and previous years. The events that we've had this year have truly been amazing. So shout out to our amazing team.
Okay. And as we are looking to the success of USM, we need as well to talk about what are the areas do you think there is still room for improvement in USM?
Well, I think all around, there's always room for improvement and growth. USM definitely has some big things planned, but I can't let the cat out the bag, so yeah.
All right. And if you could travel back in the time and meet yourself when you were running last year, so what piece of advice would you give yourself? And what advice can you give to like the actual candidates?
Well, I actually didn't run. I was appointed to be a justice, but if I had to go back in time, I guess give myself some advice or give kids that upcoming plan to run in the next election, I would just say try something new, step out your comfort zone. You never know what you're good at. You never know what you excel in. So take that chance.
All right. So thank you so much, Jonathan, for being there today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now let's take a look into the presidential candidates for this current election. OUABJ reporter Tyler Edgar got the chance to speak with USM presidential-elect Sabrina Collins. Let's hear what she has to say.
Sabrina Collins, a sophomore in applied math and mechanical engineering, is one of the candidates running for USM president in the upcoming 2024-2025 school year. Sabrina is an engaged student body member. She is active in various campus organizations, including the National Society of Black Engineers and USM, and participates in multiple choirs. Sabrina has expressed her desire to be a role model for young ladies on Oakwood University's campus and lead the charge as the university transitions to a new era with a new demographic of students.
I haven't seen many women be in those higher up positions in USM, at least since I've been here at Oakwood. I'd really like to take on that role and just be an inspiration to girls on campus.
For the past 3 years, Collins has served as USM's public relations director and is confident that her experience and connections to the student body will help her in her presidency.
I believe that it's my personal connections that I've made with students on campus that has helped me realize that I want to be more of a better advocate for our students.
Sabrina believes her experience in USM has equipped her to take the position of USM president and shared that one of her goals is to help fix the campus infrastructure.
In terms of student safety, I'd like to work with OUPD and our admin as well, and just making sure that there's, sometimes the campus can be dark. So it's like, just making sure there's lights so that we're able to see the speed bumps and potholes are fixed, and just making sure even the lines in the parking lots, just simple and basic stuff like that.
I'm Tyler Edgar with OUABJ News.
I tell you, Jamina, infrastructure is a critical issue on this campus, from Wi-Fi to dorms, you name it. It's an issue that if the students can come together and fight against that, it'll be a huge win, especially a good look on USM.
Absolutely. And we have seen as well that Sabrina talked about the importance of the communication with the administration. So right now, we will have Madison Milisi, who is running for USM presidential election. And OUABJ reporter Kalin Griffin tells us what she learned about her campaign.
Madison Milisi, a junior Oakwood University student, is running for USM president. She counts it an honor and privilege to be so involved at the university from her freshman year and continues her involvement presently as a navigator, Aeolian, student chaplain, and USM music director. Madison shared her top 3 plans for presidency if elected, including alumni mentorship programs, enhancing communication, and student life.
I want to enhance the student life here on campus, whether that be spiritual, mental, physical. I want to make sure that our students are well taken care of on the full scope of things.
If given the chance to do only one thing as president, Madison shares she would put God first.
There's one thing I would want to do as USM president is really center the spiritual life and health of our students. I think once we realign God and put him back into the center of everything we do, a lot of things here would change.
With bridging the gap at the forefront of Madison's campaign, she said she's confident in her election bid.
I feel like I'm best fit for this job because not only have I established a great relationship with admin, I'm also someone who's been heavily involved with the students.
I'm Kaylin Griffin reporting with OUABJ News.
It's not every year we see 2 women running for USM president.
Indeed, this is historic. In fact, this is the first time since the 2019 to 2020 school year that women are running, two women are running for the USM presidency. And lucky for me, I have the privilege to speak with both of them now. Beside me are Madison and Sabrina to share what has motivated them to run for this election. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Good to have y'all here. Madison, I'm going to start with you. This past year, you were the USM musical director. If you could just speak on that, how was it? And if at all, how did it prepare you for this position you're running for now?
Thank you for the question. This year has been amazing. I got to see a new side of the campus that I haven't seen before. I've been in a couple different leadership positions on campus, but this one was more hands-on and involved in a different way. I got to work with administration on OU Live, and it went really amazing. But also I got to work on a project that's really special to me, the USM album. It's not currently out yet, but it will be out soon. But working on that project just showed me the beauty of our campus. Like, it made me so passionate and hungry again to really highlight Oakwood in a way that we haven't seen in a long time. So this position has prepared me because I got to, work a little different side of leadership positions, right? But I think it just grew me. It taught me about endurance and a lot of other things, but I think that's how it's prepared me for this time to be USM president.
And for you, Sabrina, last year you were the USM freshman senator. This year, the public relations director for USM. Speak on how that was, how it prepared you, if at all, and whatever you want to say on that.
Well, as you said, I was the freshman senator last year. I believe that was my kickstart into USM. I was able to, branch out into student government on a collegiate level. I really liked it, and I wanted to become the PR director for this year. I believe that it helped me in a way where I was able to interact with the students on a personal level and be able to talk to them and ask them, like, hey, what's going on with you? What do you want to see more in USM? I was able to give that information over to our president and our vice president a lot of the times, and I was just able to work a lot with the various clubs on campus and being at the basketball games, just reporting on all of that as well. I believe that it helped me and prepared me for this role so that I could, get a feel of what it really means to be a leader on campus and make sure that the students' voices are heard while I was talking to them throughout this year.
Now, I want to address you guys' plans if you are to be elected for the presidency. And just briefly talk about it. I know you guys addressed it in the debates, but just so the audience knows one last time. Starting with you, Madison, you mentioned one of your plans, or a couple of your plans, is to, or really one key one is to improve efficiency and effectiveness of communication, but also enhance the students' quality of life. Can you just speak on that a little bit and exactly what that means?
Yes. So I'll start with enhancing the quality of student life. I think that one has many different facets of it, but first, I think, this position, you need someone who fears God. And I think I want to bring God back to the center and forefront in this government position. And with that, I believe with him, everything else is going to fall into place. But school spirit. If someone everywhere I go on campus, they see me, I love Oakwood. Like, I love this school. I'm a ride or die. Everywhere I go, I rep it, you know? I want to bring that back by having more events, by being more inclusive, and by just giving students something to believe in. And the communication. Now, we all know Oakwood's communication can be better, right? But I think it's important to centralize where the students can find their student leaders, where we are on campus, and making sure it's clear that we're available from this hour, these hours to these hours. They can meet with these representatives. They could speak with this administrative leader. And so I really just want to centralize communication inside our campus. And that starts with, you know, getting that USM house finished.
For sure. For you, Sabrina, a couple of things you mentioned in your objectives, if you will, really stuck out to me. One being seeking to improve the Wi-Fi, which we all know that's a huge issue.
Yes.
As well as improving the communication between administration and students, which is a little similar to what Madison said, but a little more specific. Those are two big hot button issues on this campus. Can you speak on how you plan to attack that? And also, do you think that it is even realistic for students like us to attack that issue without relying on administration or anybody else?
Well, I can speak on the Wi-Fi issue. Me, as mentioned before, I'm a applied math and mechanical engineering major. So I kind of have a bit of a background on Wi-Fi. I've been, you know, we all use our devices. You see like the different Wi-Fi connections and which ones work, which ones have a better or a stronger connection online. And I believe that if I work with the administration and possibly even, I guess, connecting the Wi-Fi group with maybe even like our math department students who are in similar of a field as I am, they might be able to bring in a fresh and newer mind into that so that the problem can get fixed. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Now, last question for you guys. This is your last opportunity to say to the public whatever you want, whatever message you want to the students, staff, faculty, whoever. What is your message, starting with you, Madison?
All right, well, I just want to say I love this university, and if I'm elected, guys, I want to make this year a year that we can all just bridge the gap together. We can come together, we can have unity on this campus, and I'm super excited to see that happen. You know, I believe we want someone that loves, like you need a love, because love has endurance in it. And if I'm elected, I promise and vow with the help of God and with the help of you to keep this campus first, to keep God centered in it, and to love it.
And for you, Sabrina?
Well, I just would like to say that to all the students, I really enjoy having the opportunity to run for this position. I also want to commend Madison. Thank you for being such a great opponent for me. You pushed me, you challenged me. But I would really like to say to the students that if I were elected, that I want to make sure that we all come together. You know, we have different backgrounds on campus. We have the Latino community. We have the Caribbean students, the African students, the American students. And just, you know, improving the diversity on campus and just making sure that we're all coming together to make it happen. And just making sure that we are a collective unit and moving in a cohesive way as one.
For sure. Ladies, thank you so much for coming to the show. Thank you for your time. I'm excited to see the results. As we celebrate Black History Month, we honor the brave individuals who fought tirelessly for the right to vote. We should recognize the power of every vote. It's the chance to honor the legacy of those who came before us and to continue the work for justice and equality. In every election, our voices matter. OUABJ Trinia Blackman shares more on the importance of participating in elections.
Here on Oakwood's campus, the buzz of student life revolves around classes, Friday night services, skate nights, and other extracurricular activities. But there's one crucial aspect that often takes center stage every year: the United Student Movement Executive Cabinet elections. The United Student Movement, or more commonly known as USM, plays a pivotal role in shaping campus policies and representing student interests. The importance of voting cannot be overlooked. It's not just about electing student leaders, it's about shaping the direction of the campus community. Public policy professor Dr. Preston Foster discusses that voting is how you tell leadership what's important to you and that you matter in their decisions.
The government is supposed to serve the people. Student government is supposed to serve the students. Many times it seems like student government is an arm of the administration, but if student government is working as it should, it represents the students and their interests to the administration.
USM President Michael Hall believes this is a preparation for participation in local, state, and federal government.
And this just prepares students for the real world when it comes to actual political elections within their counties, their governments, their states. They get to hear what their candidates are proposing that they're going to do when they get in office. And then they get to hold their candidates up to those standards that they say that they're going to do. So it's important for them to see what this process looks like and how to identify candidates that they think will serve them best in the upcoming school year.
Students who vote have the power to enact real change both on and off campus. According to Dr. Foster, choosing not to participate displays a more negative message to those in leadership.
If you don't vote, you have told those in leadership that you have permission to ignore me. That's true at the student government level. It's true through the presidential level in the United States. When you give people permission to ignore you, important needs of the society and of you personally will not be met because you literally don't matter to the people who've been elected, and they've been elected by people who voted.
Make your voice heard and ensure that you're registered for every election. I'm Trania Blackman with OUABJ News.
After the polls closed, we talked with some students about their perspective on voting and being involved in political matters on campus. One student talked about community in a student body to make change happen.
The issue most times is commitment, because a lot of times, you have to persevere, and I think sometimes administration knows that students probably won't continue to walk out on something that they want to do, so then they just allow it to die down. I think that if they're really committed and that they have a community, which is common unity, a group of people that are willing to facilitate the same thing, working towards the same goal, you have a lot of voices, and sometimes when the voices get so loud, you can't help but respond, so yeah.
I tell you, Jamina, that's some powerful stuff right there. Community is so important.
And I think it is time. It is time to know who are the winners for the different positions for the executive cabinets. So right now we have the result coming. Thank you so much. And I know that it is a moment that everyone is waiting on. So, for social vice, Juan Alvarez. For religious vice, Gabriel Morency. For academic vice, Lenoya Abbott. For athletic vice, Ryan Samuel. For parliamentarian, Eliana Jarvis. For vice president, Julius Mitchell. And the USM president for the school year 2024-2025 is Madison Minissi. We want to just congratulate all the candidates, congratulate all the winners.
Yes, I'm here with Madison right now. Madison, congratulations. Congratulations. How do you feel?
Honestly, this is amazing. But I just want to take a few moments to thank my friends, my family, they have held me down in this process. My campaign team, from Lexi, Gabby, Nia, Carly, Lauren, Sydney, Faith, Damo, like everybody that has held me down. Lauren, both Laurens, Jolene. Wow, I don't know what to say. But guys, I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to bridge the gap with you. I'm so excited to work with you. I'm so excited to see what God is going to do this year. It's going to be transformational, so I'm excited.
For sure. And you mentioned Bridge the Gap, your
Yeah.
motto. We talked a little bit about what you plan to do for next year. Can you go a little more in depth about what students can expect for next year, if you have any idea of how you're going to make your mark on this campus?
Listen, I think something that's imprinted me is that I love this campus, right? And I know I keep saying that, but 1 Corinthians says love is a thing that endures everything. And I think by giving Oakwood students something to believe in, right, something that they can hold tangible, we can bring that school spirit back. And so my plans are, you know, as you see in my initiatives, they're vast, right? But ultimately, I want to put God back at the center of this government. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do as I follow him, as he leads me. So, yeah.
For sure, for sure. What are you going to do to celebrate tonight, if anything?
I don't even know. My baby cousin was just born like 3 days ago, so I think I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna hug her. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and I'm gonna go listen to some gospel hits. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm about to put "Let Praises Rise" on as soon as I get in my car, and just spend a little moment with God. Yeah.
For sure. Well, Madison, congratulations once again. You deserve it, and we are excited to see what you do for this school. That's all for tonight, everyone. We are grateful for your support of this event. On behalf of our professor, Dwayne Cheddar, OUABJ parliamentarian Joel Cuffey, the USM, and the entire production team, thank you. We also want to give a very special thanks to Dominic McKenzie for inspiring us to make this newscast.
Until next year, I am Jemina Luis Ferdinand.
And I'm Nate Taylor.
Thank you all for tuning in, and enjoy your evening.